Nice. What's the latest news so far? Anything? Would have been looking to practice and such? Yeah.
Uh, I reached gold 1, I guess. Though we had a losing streak, so I went down to gold 2 instead. I was so close to getting platinum.
I see.
But otherwise, I've been trying to, like I said in that DM, I've been trying to flex a bit more to Anna and Lucio, which has been going all right. I'd say I have more success with Anna than Lucio. Especially in my last game, I did actually pretty well, I think. But I have some issues with where it's like maybe a third of the games are steamrolls. That could either be on our side or the other, but where like we have maybe 4 kills each on our side, and they have like 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't know what to do in those situations, and we've been getting some of those games where one person was AFK or one person wasn't really pulling their own load, you know.
I see. Well, a lot of it, well, it's really depends on the games. There are definitely some of the percent of the games where it's not possible to win, so it's okay. As long as you have around 65% win rate, it's fine. To be honest, it's all good. But there was also some percentage of games where you could have won if you set up the right tempo. Maybe you'd better at the start of the match. For example, there is a tendency where the games, the lower you go at the rank, the more snowbally games are, basically. So what happens a lot of times, the longer game goes, the more people tend to tilt and they tend to go AFK or leave. So you have to pay attention to, are you just able to stop the enemy snowball? Are you actually maybe snowballing well by yourself too, so you can finish those games faster a lot of times? But yeah, it's might be something else as well, just some maybe performance wise. Yeah, there something we could have done better, just relieve the pressure of your teammates, you know. The thing is, because there's so much pressure on your team, sometimes maybe they're not able to get certain amount of kills, so sometimes they just die more, yeah, because you're not putting as much pressure towards an enemy team. That might happen too, and the way you put the pressure towards an enemy, it can be done through how you use your offensive abilities, how do you also bait the enemy to use their cooldowns. So there's a lot of stuff, yeah. I can take a look up.
At some point, it's always like your fault at some degree that you lost.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's true. Make sure you don't beat yourself up too much, though. So, yeah, it's not like every game is your fault, you know? You just keep in mind that most of the games, what matters is it's in the long term. I think if you getting better at something, then that's great. You're making progress, and that's how you can measure that's how you can measure the progress. I think it's more always how do you put it, it's easier to see. It's always constant positive feedback, you know. You can always identify you doing better at a certain skill or not. Where with wins or losses, a lot of times it's not good representation of exactly are you doing well or not. Sometimes you might be perfect doing just really good at your games and still lose, and this can happen. It's a lot of times, especially if you performing like average level, well, maybe even above the average. And above average level, it would be you would have something like 65% win rate, and it's just those 33% games you win no matter what, 33% games you lose no matter what, and the other 33% you make the difference. But yeah, it just always makes sense for in that case, pay attention to what's constant. Yeah, what kind of concepts you're getting better. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So regarding the concepts, anything you've been working on recently? Anything? Well, Lucio, Anna. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you within those characters? Yeah, anything specific after our previous session you've been paying attention to?
Yeah, the thing I've been paying most attention is trying to have 90-degree off angles, and that's not always possible, but
Yep.
I'm trying my best to find them in situations. And there's sometimes, and I try to find high ground a bit more, and generally speaking, taking more aggressive angles. At least that's what I'm thinking, but there's a difference between thinking and doing.
That's completely fine. Yeah. It's been mostly on Mercy, or you tried that out on other characters as well?
I'd say it's been mostly Mercy, but there's also been quite a bit of Anna too. You can see
Nice.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly at Mercy, and then if it doesn't really work, I switch to Anna. And in some situations, I use Lucio, and that's mostly if we need to cap or if Mercy doesn't really fit with the team comp at all.
Makes sense. Makes sense. What about other stuff? Using your GA to go to cover, making sure you deal with one threat at a time as well? How that went for you?
Yeah, going from cover to cover, I've been using that a bit more, I'd say. I find myself noticing when I actually do it, when I go from one cover to another, but there's also sometimes, especially when playing with friends, that you aren't as focused even when playing competitive, and that can make you, return to old habits of maybe like standing a bit more in the open, and so that might be an issue. I think I need to play a bit more solo queue
Hmm.
because I'm focusing a lot more than instead of talking with my friends or.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you have to, I think, for the sake of making sure your practice is more effective, you need to differentiate between active playtime and having fun. Basically, active practice is all about the amount of hours where you can be highly focused and work on those ideas which we went over. It's again just one idea at a time. Yeah, one idea per round, and or maybe game if you able to maintain that long focus. That's also okay. Yeah, maybe you can just play 1-2 hours really active, and then later you can have fun. You can just think about playing with your friends, and that's where you don't have to actually focus on the other concepts. Maybe as much because yeah, well, first of all, it's really hard to maintain uh, to maintain focus for multiple hours. Let's say you play 5 hours or like 4, and it's just been 2 hours of active practice for you, and then 2 hours with friends. It's just difficult to maintain this. I think yeah, this amount of practice might, especially yeah. I mean, it's just that is something you can experiment with. Yeah, but anyway, it's just a lot of times might be tough to exactly play with that amount of hours and be highly focused. So I'm thinking try to differentiate, yeah. Make sure you have those active practice hours versus having fun, okay?
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Does it make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And with active practice, you can lean towards solo queue for sure. Solo queue is the best. You can also do duo queue. I think that should be helpful for sure. Should be quite good. Okay. Maintaining angles, yeah. So this what we talked about using GA to go to cover. Well, sometimes those habits they so especially if you play with your friends, yeah, maybe go back to old habits. Honestly, it's fine. Again, your long-term goal is just to make sure you get better slightly by like maybe 2% or 3%, and then it's gonna be better and better, better and better. Eventually, this what matters. Just try to measure your progress, see if you're doing that more, and you can even try to do self reviews. Just quickly go over your games and see how you applying those ideas. Maybe spend around 20-15 minutes just every week quickly look at a few replays and measure the progress this way might be helpful.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, anything yeah, what do you think you improved on the most out of all those ideas?
Mm, probably. I'd say I think if I'm using. I've been dying a bit less, unless we're getting steamrolled.
Hmm.
But generally speaking, I think I have the lower deaths than before, and this can be because of better positioning, which in turn could be because of either I'm using Guardian Angel to go to cover, or
Hmm.
uh, or that I'm actually just taking good off angles and not standing in like in the enemy's main line of sight.
Yeah, yeah. Usually, if you notice it that less, it's a good positional sign. Usually, yeah, might be a, there might be definitely good improvements with positioning then. So that's good. Okay, yeah. Anything you've been having problems with then so far? Anything what's been difficult?
Mm. Uh, yeah, I'd say that's mostly with Anna,
Yeah.
and that is because like I might set up on a pretty good position where I have sight lines of where I'm safe, and I also have sight lines on my teammates. But then after a while, they start to move away because they like say let's say they win the first fight and they start pushing, and then I don't really have an angle, so I have to like move up again, but that makes me lose time, and maybe then they get like counterattacked and maybe the tank dies or something.
Hmm. I
I've seen that
see.
especially with Reinhardt.
Yes, but they probably will move away just behind some sort of wall and then die, right? Because you don't have
Yeah.
a good sightline on them. Yeah, it's common. It's a common problem on Ana because you don't have as much mobility. It's really important how you set up. Yeah, it's just trying to take those better positions at all times. I think we can review Yana then. Do you want to do that? Focus on Yana more today, or anything else you have in mind?
No, we can review Anna. I think she's pretty fun to play, but she's also hard to play.
Yeah,
Um,
let's take a look.
okay, let me just find a game. Here we have a game that I only play Anna. Oh no, this is the one where Arlucio and and Sigma were RFK. Okay, no, that's not good.
All right.
Uh,
Okay.
I don't seem to have any good defeats, I don't think, or
We can start with
it's like a
something
close.
general. We can start with any game, to be honest, maybe. And then we can do a live game. If the issue you notice quite frequently with that position, yeah, can talk about that first of all and see how that's gonna go in the live game for you as well.
Uh, okay, let's take this game. Is it okay if we won the game?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
yeah, I'm not sure how close this game is, but let's try it.
Usually, if the game is kind of long, then it's a good sign.
It's 13 minutes.
It's decent, I think. Sure.
Okay, okay. I played like I think it was 65% Anna. All right. I'm gonna send you the code.
Yeah. Okay, just screen sharing. Can you see my stream just fine? Is it working for you?
Uh, yeah, I can see it.
Perfect. Okay, so we play some Mercy at the start. Okay, and then I assume you swap to Ana later. Okay, yeah, that's when it happens. Okay, let's take a look.
I was just practicing my M.
That's okay. You can, if there's downtime, you can do whatever you want. Just make sure you don't so your cooldowns right away, so you have them mostly. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. It's a little bit brave there for sure because some of your teammates are missing. The Sarissa still they really pushing up hard on you, so you guys can easily punish that, but let's keep watching that a little bit more. Okay. Okay. So if we start with positioner Nana, because all your positioning is really dynamic, honestly, not depending on the character and not depending on the situation. Yeah, well, it's just because there's certain situation your position will change, but there's still some fundamental things you can keep an eye on. Generally speaking, if you play Ana, what good position it looks like for you? What's your thoughts? What do you usually need? Maybe starting with two ideas. Well, first of all, starting with range. What range you looking to play at usually?
I'd say I kind of like the range where like I'm right now to my teammates. Where like I like being a bit farther away. Okay, this is a bit far, but
Mhm.
you understand what I mean. Having like a medium distance because Anna doesn't really have any mobility. So
Mhm.
it's nice to be both on high ground and to be a bit farther away, while still like keeping an angle on most, if not all, my teammates.
Exactly. So, and this is the second thing. Yeah, you want to have a decent range because Anna is a sniper character. You want to lean towards longer range fights usually, trying to make sure we have those open, more long sightlines. And another thing is just your line of sight, in my opinion, it's pretty big one. Just watching how you're able to apply some early pressure on the enemy team. Yeah, you need to have good angle to be able to do so, and see your team as well. So it's kind of your team plus enemy. You want to see both. I think prioritizing the enemy, especially because you want to do early damage. So I'm thinking here, by looking at your position, once you start rotating towards here, what's your thoughts? Should you take this position here? Is a good position fundamentally regarding line of sight and range. Do you like this position?
Uh, no, not
Not as
really.
much. Yeah, not as much. Yeah, you might be something what's more suitable for someone like Kiri, right? It's understandable that your team is walking through here though, so it's different. Yeah, you have to keep an eye on where your team is going. But I would still say when you know the fight breaks in, okay, it's a bit awkward here because yeah, you got the you got the Orisa early. Mm, The sleep darts, we can also talk about that later. Yeah, it's also can be used better, but there's no problem. Generally speaking, what you want to try to do with Ana quite a lot of times is try to anticipate what area you're fighting for and try to have decent angle to do something. And see here, possibly, if I know, yeah, well, starting with this point, where do you expect your team to fight, first of all?
Uh,
Probably. hmm
Most likely on the top of the screen, I'd say. I
Yeah.
mean, that's where the other team is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you expect to fight for this area, usually starting with high ground, and then your team is gonna drop the point. So this is what you wanna do. As Ana is try to anticipate where that space is gonna be and make sure you have one longer range. And another thing is line of sight. First of all, enemy. Second, your team. Okay, so this position here, potentially on the left, for example, it allows you to have line of sight of the enemy team and have the long range too. And you contributing to all this entire area. And see what you do as well as you not necessarily will be thinking how to heal your team as your first priority like you would do there. Yeah, you go towards your Genji trying to heal them, but you applying pressure, first of all, and you diverting the enemy's attention. So the attention is not going towards the Genji anymore, but it's going towards you. If it's not going towards you, guess what? You might get a kill as well. Yeah, maybe you can just literally nade those people, and then this is how you support this Genji. And this is what you want to keep an eye on a lot. It's how you deal pressure. Make sure you apply pressure on this guy's end. You save your teammates this way,
Mm.
basically. So not necessarily trying to chase after them, like a lot of people do that, especially going in unfavorable spots, but using our favorable positions. And this way, you applying early pressure and being proactive. It's so much better. Yeah, you eventually this works and sort of, yeah. But I'm just saying you could have bigger value. Basically, this nade could be used on those guys there instead of your Genji, and your Genji would probably still be alive, and you would get a kill here most likely if you set up the angle over here. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. Does it make sense so far?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, okay, so writing down 2 points. Okay, it's just how we're dealing damage. Okay, it's a line of sight. And another thing is a long range. Okay. That's why you could see here, potentially, maybe, if you have this long sightline, you're easily able to control this entire area. Yes, your team might push slightly to the gates, but then later you can readjust your position. Here, your idea is to just control the objective. Ultimately, you need to win the objective. So usually you want to have the sightline on some sort of where your team, where the point is gonna be. Yeah, maybe if it's moving card. Okay, you can adapt depending on where is that gonna go. So see, not you don't have to even necessarily a lot of times to close the gap for the point. Just try to stay away. As long as you have the long sightline and you're able to contribute to your kill zone, you're fine. You're really fine. Okay, now let's keep going. Oh, I'm calling that kill zone. Yeah, I don't think we used this term before, but hopefully you understand. What that means is kill zone is the area where you expect most of your team to do stuff. You just see where they're gonna go. Yeah, you see the angles. Yeah, maybe some of your team has been attacking from A and B towards the space here. So you can say, well, this area is my kill zone. This is where most of my team is attacking. So you want to set up some pressure in there. You just want to make sure you're being active in that area. And the next fight, that is exactly what you're gonna do next time too. You're just gonna be predicting where my kill zone is gonna be and set up the long range pressure. Okay? While your team dies, unfortunately some of them guys a little bit split. Definitely want to be careful with standing still there too. You always want to be active. Yeah, even a couple of seconds wasted sometimes might result in your teammates dying, but yeah. What's your thoughts? This position here, is it decent enough? Could you, yeah, what are you aiming to do eventually? With your angle, where do you want to go?
I mean, this works okay for now. I mean,
Yeah.
I can help the Junkrat with the. I can heal him. I can kill the Sombra, and then I can move a bit more to the right of the screen to get an angle on the point of the team.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Most of your team is currently able to attack in here, so your kill zone is there. Later, you'll probably expect your kill zone to move towards this area. Your Ryan is gonna absorb some early attention, and then you will be dealing pressure right there. Okay. See, this is what you wanna be careful with, really. It's understandable your teammates are going around the corners, but keep an eye on if there's a possibility for you to keep long sidelines still without chasing them. Here the map layout is not exactly like, let's say it's not as easy to just see the Ryan if they go around this corner if you're on the right side, but then that's why those ideas just with your positioning, yeah, like the Lawrence home, if you understand where your team is going, you can make it easier for you to attack and heal your team. So your first priority is attack. Okay, if you know most of the enemies are leaning towards the right, where should you go to have long range angle on them right away?
Probably more to the right, I guess.
If you go to the
Right
right,
now, right now I don't have anything right now. I can shoot on the Reinhardt, but I can't do anything. If I go to the right, I don't really have an angle. If I go to the left, I can shoot like diagonal in. That might
much
be
better. Much better, exactly. So see, it's sharper angle, and suddenly you're solving your another problem where you cannot see the Ryan going past that corner. You know, because you right away setting up the pressure in the enemies. That's where your Ryan is gonna go. That's where the Ryan is actually gonna apply pressure. So don't chase after your Rhine here. Just set up your own pressure, and they're gonna go there anyway. Yes, you will leave them for some seconds, but they're gonna be fine. If they're not fine, you can always rotate, maybe sow the nade on them, but typically, if you already know that the kill zone is gonna be over there, it's gonna be fine. It's all good. Mm-hmm. See, it's like other approach. Here, instead of moving up and placing yourself in dangerous spot, it's really dangerous behind the Rhine, actually. There's a lot of spam damage coming in. There's big potential for you to just die there. And it's also making it so much harder for you to set up your offensive nade. You see that, yeah? You most likely will only nade the Rhine, but you could easily nade somebody from here. Both Rhine and Orisa, maybe.
Yeah, that was exactly that. I was trying to have an offensive nade and I hit the Kiriko instead.
Yeah, exactly. And it's usually what happens when you're trying to deal this early damage. Yeah, it's just stuff you want to try to, with those long range angles, you want to find an off angle. Yeah, this is what we call, yeah, going towards the left here. You have decent diagonal sideline. Yeah, open up those good angles. All right. Small mechanical thing, be careful with jumping too much. Usually it makes it so much easier for the enemy to hit you. You definitely want to do that less. Usually instead of jumping, it's really nice if you crouch instead, if you expect a lot of pressure going towards you. But yeah, okay, angles wise. Some idea, well, attacking this area, right? I think this looks decent. I would still like you to... You can still be even further away, to be honest. If you expect this pressure here, just set up the angle, like, here-ish, and it's good enough. Sidelines on the enemy team, first of all. And second, you will be able to heal the rest of your team. Maybe, some of the members, they will try to just go out of your line of sight. Maybe the Ryan is gonna go behind that cover. Maybe somebody is gonna go behind that cover. But honestly, it doesn't matter as long as you know that you're contributing to the area where most of your team is attacking, where they do something. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so the pressure starts here. There's a nade, offensive sleep dart as well. What's your thoughts? Your positioning? Is it good enough? Could it be better?
I'd say it works, but it could probably be better. Even just moving like a bit more to the left, the bottom left.
Sharper sideline again. Yeah, you setting up this longer range pressure. I would even say, why not to peek here this way? Maybe for some time. Why not? It works better. You can easily do a lot of early shots towards that choke. Mm-hmm. Definitely keep an eye on your cooldowns as well, I would say. Make sure you contribute again towards the skill zones area rather than sow it too early, because your team, they've been not as active, might be complicated for them to follow up on all that pressure. A decent nade, just mechanically, yeah, you hit it, but you rather let the enemy in slightly. You understand where your kill zone? That's fine. And then set up your angle, do pressure when something's happening in the kill zone. Maybe somewhere around there would be really, really good once they start working. Might also notice the enemy, they invest some abilities, maybe Orisa use Fortify, maybe they use their spin. It becomes so much easier for you to punish them with your sleep dart, and for the rest of your team it's also easier to do something with their abilities too, so... Okay. Let's see. Next fight, we got... This looks like a decent position. You see that? You have the long spot, the long range, maybe you could be slightly closer towards the cover here, just in case, but you can contribute to the area where most of your team been fighting. You had a Kiri here, the Ryan, Junkrat, they started pushing up, but you can't do much there. You can always open up the angle, though. That's what I want to try to do most of the time if you ever trying to push the areas with your team. That's typically your number one priority. Try to move like to here if they're gonna be pushing up really, really far. But if they're not, then you're fine keeping this sideline, really. Yeah, you're fine keeping this long range angle. Okay. That looks decent. Did you call for... Did they call for Denano in that case?
Yeah, I wrote it in when I was in spawn, or like when I died. So I'm going to nano the Genji.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's fine. You guys, ideally, you still can try to let this guy in a little bit more. But I like the way you synchronize the pressure. It's pretty rare, I think, to see at least this rank. But it's something you want to keep an eye on. Definitely making sure you let this guys towards your kill zones a little bit more. It still deals a lot of pressure, so that works. That's good. Notice they're going for the blade, you nano. You can push up later, yeah. Deal some damage, maybe get the staggers, that's always great. Okay. Yeah, this is where it becomes complicated because the other guys, they close the gap with you. So you need to be careful. I think be careful with if there's some sort of short range strat, you know, they come in towards your way, make sure you rather set up. So go towards this long range angles. Well, they're chasing you this way, keep rotating to here, and you can also shoot. There's a mechanic might be useful in this case with Ana, just quick scoping. You might be familiar with that. It's where you quickly press the secondary fire, like your scope fire, and then you shoot right away. With this stack, you will not lose the movement speed, so maybe you can still go from here to here and shoot anything you want. But yeah, you just so for the sake of not being stuck at a short range, because those guys will have an advantage versus you. Okay. Yeah, it seems like you guys are probably gonna win the next fight, or yeah, this fight you lose, but then the next fight you're probably gonna win, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Seems like a team is going in. Want to be careful with this again. Yeah, it's good the way we use resources. I think you contribute into that kill zone where your team is attacking. That looks nice, but avoid moving up. Basically, as long as you have the sideline, just keep an eye on how you take sharp angles. So I don't want to... Maybe if I'm starting to go towards this area, okay, open up the angle this way. Maybe you can open up the angle this way even. It's better because the rest of your team been going from this right doorway. Yeah, you want to have sharper sideline. Remember we talked about, like, you can predict where the enemies are, yeah? And if I know, okay, the enemy is going to be maybe hiding, they're leaning towards that cover here. So if you have another angle, potentially it works even better. If possible, of course, it's just like a theory. If not, then at least start here and then open up, and then later you go to here and open up the angle this way. Yeah, sharper sideline. Maybe if somebody's gonna hide in that doorway. And yeah, cooldowns wise, it's okay. Yeah, you guys have some ults there too, so should be winning. Okay. Any questions about what we mentioned so far? Where everything's clear?
Could you specify a bit more? Like, what would a more sharp angle be in this situation?
Yeah, so basically, instead of your idea to be moving up right away, sharp angle, I'm staying here, basically. You still have the long range sideline while have this sharp angle if anybody's hiding to the left corner. Also in theory, yeah, if you have this position, it can also work. I think it's even better because it's an off angle because all you guys going through here. But yeah, just I'm not sure why you don't need to move up. Basically, you just have the lone sideline. Later, you can move up if your teammate takes more space. Like now, they take space. Okay, I can go here and have the sharper sideline. You basically act like you're Lucio in this case, and you're not. You can play longer range sidelines. It's fine as long as you contribute towards the same area. And the point is to still capture this objective. So that's what you want. Just sideline on that area. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. You still want the fight. The cooldowns, those did a lot. So I think that's great. Yeah. So far, all those ideas does make sense. Or any questions?
No, they make a lot more sense, and especially when you're looking back, because in the moment it's different. But when you're looking back into the situations, you realize that how much better it would have been to like stay back. Or when I tried to, when I got killed by the Orisa that ulted, because I was so like tunnel visioned on first killing the Sombra and then the Mercy that I didn't notice that Orisa was coming, and I didn't try to get a better position instead of just trying to like kill the Mercy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking we can try to do a game and make sure we contribute to the kill zone. I'm thinking those areas where your team is attacking, just have in mind those long sidelines. Open up the angles, first of all. Don't try to move up right away. Yeah, take those off angles for the sharper sidelines and should be okay. Does it sounds good with you?
Yep.
Perfect. I will stop my stream then and you can screen share.
Yep. Let's see here.
And see what it allows us to do, because you put taking those better positions as your first priority, it relieves a lot of pressure of your team. So healing it's not becoming the first priority anymore, and you're able to control them up better because of it. It's really nice.
Okay. I'll try. I'll try to, but like I said before, also I've been playing for a while now, so I'm a bit tired, like you said.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Oh, this is also something that I've been trying to think, and I think it's generally easier for me to find like better positions on attack or like normal control or hybrid maps, rather than these like more let's say movement heavy maps. I don't know what to call it. Like a push or not push. This type of game of like
Payload map?
hardpoint and no, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been playing in those like older control maps more, but I have generally a harder time trying to find good angles and stuff like that.
Yeah, usually if they're moving objectives, it's definitely harder because the kill zone it's changing more frequently. So that makes sense. That's why you have to anticipate. Try to anticipate what area you're fighting for. Have the long sharp sideline. That's it. So here you're probably gonna be fighting for those right stairs. Okay, long sharp sideline on the area, and you're good. I think this looks decent, to be honest. Yeah. And contribute to the kill zone with your abilities too. Don't be afraid. Once you know the enemy is active, you can start doing something. I don't want to pay attention to cooldowns that much now, but it's just your positioning.
Oh.
That's okay.
Yeah, I missed that slip.
That's okay. You had a good position there, though. That's what matters.
And now after, I probably should save that nade for our tank.
You still can think about it proactively, like with your damage, but try to put it in the kill zone area. Again, not the first priority, but yeah, just make sure you have the sharp sightline on where most of your team is fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here, can you take
This
sharper
is
sightline?
not a good angle.
Well, this is
Yeah.
okay if you can shoot the tracer. Yeah, maybe you can move towards the right a little. Yeah, open up the angle this way. Sure, summarily pressure. Yeah, that's good.
Like,
Rotate,
I
have the
think
sharp
this would
sightline.
work.
I think this is good. You have a good sightline on that point. Later you can move up those stairs.
Yep. See here. Wait, how do you quickscope? Is that just...
You have to quickly... Yeah, it was just that, exactly. And you do this one shot without losing the speed. It's always useful when you don't want to lose movement, but you also want to hit stuff. It's just on the smaller targets, especially like Tracer. Okay. Have the lone
Let me
side.
see if I can move away.
Yeah. Here, I think, yeah, exactly this. This is decent, okay? And for that Tracer now, it's harder to get towards you. Take your time with the sleeps. It's all good. The intention has been fine.
Yep.
What you're doing there, by the way, is when they go in active towards you, that's exactly what you want to do more with your sleeps. But it's a lot about also forcing them to do the action towards you because your positioning is so good. Now they start being aggressive and then you just sleep them. It's always nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I know it's times like this where my mind kind of idle because I'm waiting for an action to happen. Like I'm waiting for us to cap the objective, which means that I'm not trying to take an angle.
I think, you know, it's okay. It's just... And the Lawrence, oh, okay, that's unfortunate. that's fine. Yeah, you know, because the main goal is eventually capturing the objective. It's not bad to kind of wait for those last seconds, but the main priority is still thinking how to win the fight. I think it's just thinking the setup wise. A lot of times you even will not have to play the point as Anna. Okay, where the fight is gonna go? Yeah.
Oh, okay, well now we're losing, so...
Might get that baby diva still. Actually might win that. See, if there's big action towards you, you can sleep those guys. Make sure you have damage angle. Yeah, sharper, like open up. Yeah, this better. Slightly more back there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Now you push up. Take the sideline left side is good. Yeah.
Alright.
It's just because you're more when try to go left. That's the point of sharper sidelines, the off angle, you know, because you're still able to see them from here and deal pressure on the enemy meanwhile. Hard to predict where the next fight is gonna go. See if you're able to do early pressure. See where your Zarya is, by the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this.
Yeah, this is a little bit short. You probably want to go on the right side. There's a better angle
Yeah.
for you. You just go all the way around, and you can poke from there. Your Zarya is on the left. That's fine. You see this. If they're pushing up, go longer angle. You really
Oh.
close there. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So it's kind of trying to, when you move in towards the right, don't close the gap, but open up. So basically your spot would be, see where the ash is? Right there. That HP pack area, that would be really nice, but it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just like opening up the long sideline. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
In this case, probably getting high ground.
Yes, I think it's gonna be a really nice position for you. Also because of where the enemy is gonna go. They're going right side, so rotate left. Yeah, rotate,
Yep.
have the sharp sideline, yeah? And you're gonna have an... Yeah, gonna have an advantage from here. That's good sleep.
Ah.
That's okay. Have really good sideline there. You did good with your positioning. You might get their Tracer with a sleep dart. You can try that out. That's okay. It's a good try.
Ah.
That's fine. That's good. Against Tracers, quick scoping is usually really nice because it's so hard to hit with the projectiles with the normal fire.
Okay. Yeah, because that's one thing I'm wondering. Am I like no scoping too much?
It just depends on, well, it's another thing, we can talk about it more, but just keep in mind, generally speaking, against those small characters like Tracer, they move in a lot, so you want to quick scope more when you take in those fights, yeah. Okay, sharp sideline on the enemy first of all. Yeah, opening up the angles. Try to quick scope on them. Try to quick scope.
Yeah.
It's okay. That was a good shot. Yeah, that was good. So you practice that more and more, and you kill those tracers. it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna take some time, but there's no problem. Yeah, exactly. That's how we do it.
In this case, is it better if I go poke or should I wait for my teammates?
You can poke, but within the range of the rest of your team. So see, like, can they see you from here? If they do, then you fine. Usually, yeah. Just all the matter of distance and where your team is. Okay, there's a good sideline. It's okay. My team died there, unfortunately. Probably wanna try to reset.
I had a tracer.
That was good quick scope. Yeah. And one more. Nice. Got them. Okay. Try to use your nano proactively. Okay,
Oh,
well, they got you. A nice fight, next fight. See, what are your options? Just, if anybody's been active in with your kill zone, you really can just nano them right away. Don't think about it too much.
Oh.
But I see what your options for early pressure and nano. Okay, you might not need it anymore. Okay. Early pressure is fine. Again, see if you have sharp sightline. Try to predict where your team is gonna fight, and you're good. Open up the angle first. Yeah, this looks like a decent angle, by the way. That's a really good one. Okay. See what the options for the nano as well, so you can nano anybody who is active. Nano on... Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say, they always have been a really dangerous spot, like nano on them is usually nice there. Okay, and there's a kill for you, and good stagger too. Can do early poke, try to open up the angles. Yeah, this is good angle from here.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it looks better, definitely, with the position. You keep an eye on the angles. Of course, there are some other specifics, like trying to quick scope and tracers, trying to also keep an eye on your resources more, but I think it's fine. You know, I'm thinking, if you try one more game, what you can try to do is try to keep an eye on your tank more, and when your tank is being active, try to throw your nade and sleep dart. And
Oh, okay.
sleep dart is still more defensive. Okay, I think it's just, especially at the start, nade is something you want to start with. Your offensive pressure, this is great. And a sleep dart is more of a resource where if there's a lot of pressure going towards you or one of your teammates, where they gonna receive a lot of pressure, then you can sleep them. But definitely make yeah, keep an eye on your tank, I think. When they're being active, try to throw the nade.
Okay, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
My aim has been very janky today, so I need to...
Yeah, this deck, I think, the quick scope is just can save you a lot of a lot of resources. Just, you know, poking them down. Characters like Tracers, Genjis, that's really nice. You can actually practice that and Deathmatch, and something like Waxta. Waxta is good for aim training in general. It's a custom game.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can send you the code just in case if you don't have it.
I think actually I might have it.
Okay.
I'll look it up later.
Yeah. That's really
It's
nice.
the one where it's like
Yeah.
a large, like, cube room.
Yeah, exactly. It's really nice. It's really nice to use for warm up, I think. Just before the game session, you go in there and try to work on some specific aim things, or just might be also your movement sometimes, might be how you hit your abilities. Okay. Yeah, let's just do, when your tank is active, try to throw your nade and look for a sleep dart later. I'm thinking that's gonna be good enough. Have the sharp sideline so you'll be able to contribute. Yeah. Okay. Notice if your tank is being active, look for the nade on anybody.
Oh.
That's okay. Try to open up the angles so it's gonna be easier. Okay. That's right. For this map, if you're able to get this statue position where the enemy Junkrat is, you can easily win the point. Most of the time. It's good spam too. Okay. Well, I don't notice who you're gonna nade for the early pressure.
That was more offensive, but
That's okay. Okay. Try to open up the angles. You can move up, try to use the right side, for example. Yeah.
oh, this is a good sideline.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a great sideline for you, usually.
Yeah, I need to I need to practice on the arcs on the nades.
That's okay. I think the intention's been alright. Just notice if your tank is attacking, they're doing something actively. Okay, that's yeah, that's something to keep an eye on for sure. Those angles, but no problem. You guys can win. You just need to look for pressure and maybe nano.
Yep.
Okay, they're not touching. Mm-hmm. Usually those guys, like Hanzo, maybe Genji, Tracer, they take an angles, you want to be worried about them first. Try to deny the aggression first. It's just,
Okay.
you shoot them away, yeah, you put the pressure, you also use cover and makes it easier. You can use the sleep dart, nade to push them away too, but yeah.
Mm. This might be a bit close. Like long term, it could work.
Yeah, you can start opening up, going towards the right side. See, like now push up, go towards the right. Yeah, because your tank is going. See, they're going past the corner. Well, they started going in the room, but yeah. This angle works for this tweet. Try to keep an eye on your tank in general. Just notice where they're going. Because you can use that aggression, because them being aggressive. That's okay. Just reset. It's kinda... You can keep an eye on the cooldowns too, makes it easier. When your Zarya starts using their CDs, like their bubbles, you can start thinking about using your own pressure, like your nade.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a signal for you. If they use a bubble, they absorb a lot of pressure, so you can try to be more active.
Now that there's a lot of spam in that choke, should I just back up, or is
You
there a
still
better
can.
position for me to be?
It's okay to just open up the angle still, but just do it in a wise way. Yeah. Yeah, this angle is decent. You can try to poke the enemy first, though. Don't forget. Don't heal first of all. Try to poke. Yeah. Put up the pressure on the enemy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, that was a situation where I was not ready for that nano. Or blade.
That's okay. See what are your early angle. See where you are. You want to poke an enemy. Yeah. It's pretty the sharp sideline too. Might move up eventually. Try to take the right side. Sharp angle. Go and take sharper. There's no... Okay. Yeah. It's just... Yeah, this is better. Mm-hmm. And if you fight for that corner, move right. Move right. Literally all the way right side. Yeah. Right there. Great angle for you. You see this? Right there. Yeah. Long sideline. You playing away from objective.
Okay.
That's okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's a good sleep. Mm-hmm.
Can I get up here?
Yeah, you can. Might be good sight on, yeah, on that right side. You just wanna see if you need to drop the main. Just in case if you need to see the left doorway, then you will use this right building there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think positioning-wise is definitely better and better, yeah. And the more you do it, the more spots you find on every maps. It's gonna be easier for you. But I constantly rotate, 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 rotate. Take the position, slow sidelines. You don't chase and go behind your team. You just set up your own pressure first of all.
Yep.
Yes.
Does Anna's playstyle change drastically when, like, between defense and offense or attack?
Well, not drastically. It's just the only difference on defense. You have more time to prepare your angles, so you don't have to rotate as much. You have more preset position in a way, so you can hold around that. It's just something you gotta choose based on what comp you got, what the enemy have. But yeah, still keep an eye on the sharp sightline. I think those ideas gonna be anywhere, useful anywhere.
I'm thinking I want to have some. This could be better later, but right now I need a more.
Yeah, you can start here-ish. Be careful with their Widow. Usually, most of the teams at this rank, they start really close in that choke, so that makes sense why you're playing there. But be careful of the sniper, and, you know, try to notice what you do with your nade again, just seeing when they active towards your kill zone, your tank is doing stuff, then you can start using your cooldowns.
Ah. That Widowmaker is extremely annoying.
Try to take this sideline on the right side. Yeah, this is a better one. You end open. You end open. Care. The Widow can see you. Yeah.
Yep.
Just careful. Yeah. It's kind of the balance, you know. You want to set up your own pressure without dying. So obviously, this sideline is decent enough for you for now. That's okay. You can't do much versus this.
I don't know if that works, but I want to try something.
That's okay. Make sure you maintain the long sidelines at all times and don't move too close. Yeah.
Yep.
That's decent.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. It's good enough. Try to see what you can do with your nano. As soon as the pressure starts in the kill zone, just start with anything. You don't have to hold it.
Yep. I could probably stand on the high ground behind me, but
Yeah, I think you don't have time to rotate, so it's alright. Mm-hmm. Don't forget about the nano. Okay, that's fine. Your Bastion dies, but... Mm-hmm.
from what I've heard, it's not good to use your ultimate when your team is not there to capitalize on it. But like, how do I know exactly if, like in that situation, I think we're only like 3 people.
I think, okay, again, fundamentally, because you want to contribute to the kill zone, if you understand that your team is doing that, most of your team is there, then it's a good enough trigger for you to do anything. You don't. I would not overcomplicate this for now, at least at this level. Obviously, it's more complicated, but for now, it's easier. So see, this nano is decent to me. You just, your position is a little bit short sideline. You want to move back a little more. But this nano is decent. Basically, most of your team is attacking. I want to do something. That's it. Don't, yeah, though, don't make it too hard for yourself. We're gonna discuss more advanced ideas later. There's no problem. Like going over the tempo ideas and just seeing how to, yeah, what ultimate, the target priority wise and other stuff. But yeah, this position on top is gonna be good if you're fighting for the corner. But now your team backs off. Yeah, this position is fine. Sharper sideline as well. Can open up. Yeah. Just a little care of the widow. Care of the widow. Yeah, just wanted to say that. You always open up, but not that much, so the widow can see you most of the time.
Yep.
Okay. Open up the sideline. Move left. No, not right side. Left, because you're pushing that main suite. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of can notice there's usually a pattern. Your team wants to turn right, yeah? They're going around that right corner, yeah, maybe past that library, bookshop. Then you're taking the left angle. If it's other way around, they go take left turn, you take right turn. There's the tendency.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. Hard to predict where the fight is gonna be. You can do a poke, just be careful with closing the gap. See, might maybe even go literally inside the building behind you. Yeah, like this angle would be better, but you wanted to get there by rotating through the building. See where the Sig is going? Yeah, basically I'm going all the way left and gonna be in that doorway. Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking at the doorway. Yeah. This way you minimize the threats. You know there's open. Okay, open up the angle. Can move right. Sharp sideline. Because your team is taking left turn, so you move towards the right. Towards the right still. You're in the open. Yeah. Okay. Can think about nanoing anybody.
Yep.
Right turn still. Yeah. Care of the widow. Yep. It seems goes around the left corner, you take more right. Yeah. Open up from the right side. Now they're gonna go right corner, you take left. All the way left in the building. Inside. Yeah, right there. Good sideline. Early poke damage. Because the team is trying to take this corner, yet making this right turn, you know? That's a good attempt. That's fine. That's exactly what you want to do. If they're going aggressive towards you, and you want them to go aggressive and you can't sleep them. You'll get used to it. It's even to the left, you wanna... Well, this can work. I would still take right side to the start, because sharper sideline. See here, it's harder. Most of the enemies, yeah. So I'm trying to predict where the enemy is. If they're behind left corner, I take right corner. It's always the opposite for the sharper sidelines. That's okay, don't worry.
Alright. This is probably going into overtime, but we have more time, so...
Yeah. Sure.
Or... Yeah.
Yeah, so you notice the pattern, yeah? It's always, you see the enemy, they lean towards the left corner, you take right corner. Or it's other way around, where they're on the right corner, you take left corner. And it's the same thing about your team. Yeah, you notice them maybe trying to make a turn, like going around the building, like going the right side. Okay, you take left side, so you see them better. It's gonna be much easier, I think, if you just think about it this way constantly. Yeah, for example, you defining this first point. Okay, if my team pushes past that choke on the front line, yeah, they push through that choke on the main door. Okay, you, they going all the way right side. Maybe you can just open up the angle on going towards the left. If it's the other way around, if they push the left door and the choke, then you can open up the angle on the right side. Yeah, it's easier. And so, see from here, you see the left doorway a little bit more. Anybody who's hiding there, yeah. But if your team is pushing the right side, then you go towards the statue and open up the angle on the left.
Have a Widowmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Would high ground be good? Or
Yeah, it's decent. It's decent as well. You just want to be careful playing around the Widow. You can still even outsnipe them. I tried it out, but it's mostly when they don't know where you are. Okay.
Ooh.
That's alright. Try to pay attention when your Arisa is active. Let's just start with the need.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a point to me to try to stagger?
I would just wait for the rest of your team. Open up the angle. See, your Orisa is trying to turn left, so you go right. Okay. Try to reset, try to reset. Yeah. Okay. That's a good sharp set line from here. Gotta wait for your Zarya mainly, and you good. I like the position of the top as well, by the way. For early damage, yeah.
I forgot there's a health pack there.
That's okay. It's fine. Try to heal your Zarya and you can nano them at the end. Yeah, you can start with the nano. Always good to initiate. Always fine. Yeah. It's a good attempt to sleep. Okay, they use a lot of ultimates there. That's good. The next fight, you guys can try out something might stop them with the rest of the resources you got.
Yep.
Okay, Bastion's using ult early. That's fine. Might force out something there. Okay, open up the sideline. Yeah, you can.
I shouldn't pick that.
It's okay. Yeah, you don't double peek. That's it. Yeah, you peeked once. Okay, you can start with another spot like this one here. Mm-hmm. You got one on their team. Don't forget about the nade too. So you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I was stuck in the... Damn it.
That's okay. It was decent angle, I think. Alright. Yeah, it's winnable.
It's usually in like times like this I would switch to Lucio, I think.
To go fast, just to help out your team for the overtime.
Yeah, basically.
I think it's okay. You can do that. Again, depends on situation. Maybe if your entire team is dead and you know the situation is good for Ana, you still can keep Ana. But if you know you died kind of first and the rest of your team is about to fight, then definitely makes sense to go Lucio more. Maybe if you also need to stop the point real quick, if you know they probably will get a point otherwise, then it's it's a good swap. Lucio gives your team speed so you can contest earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, same stuff. You need to control the statue, try to open up the angles from there.
So basically, I'm just trying to have like a large right swing.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, because your team's trying to make a left turn, you're trying to go right side towards that statue.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's good angle. Okay. And look to push up later. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just need to get the turret and you're good. Okay. Open up the angle, open up the angle. Okay. Well, you can heal this more first, but open up. Nice.
We're gonna have to cap the point. Ooh, that's probably not a good idea.
You're good, you should be able to cap. Next fight, you can think about a nano. Your Zarya is also full charge, so might be a good nano target. Yeah. See what are your options to open up the angle. You want to see an enemy. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If they're fighting this close range choke, they're probably gonna be on the right side. Well, now they're set up really far, but yeah, they're not getting closer. Okay, if they're towards the left wall, then you open up the right. Go towards the right now. Open up the angle from
Yep.
there. Okay. If they use window, you can reset. I mean, just stabilize. Okay. Okay. Open up the angles so you see the enemy first. You want to shoot them first. See that bab? Yeah, right there. Okay, go open up the angle. Sharp angle, go right side because team goes left.
Yep.
It's okay. There's a danger you can kite it.
Ah.
That's decent. Looks decent to be honest. What matters to me is you're able to position on consistent basis. You're able to rotate on consistent basis, and it's gonna help out a lot, honestly. Some of the cooldowns, heating stuff, it's gonna improve. It's okay. I think a lot of the intention's been fine. What I want you to look for though a little bit more is make sure you contribute in your cooldowns towards the kill zone area a little bit more. That's it. Just gonna be simple tasks for later. See how that's gonna go. Basically, the biggest idea is keeping an eye on your tank. If your tank is being active, then don't be afraid to use your cooldowns, especially your nade, to be more aggressive. I think it's gonna be pretty big. Later we can discuss your resource management even more. I think it's all good. It's just do not overwhelm yourself. I suggest focusing your position first of all. Okay.
Okay.
And I think ultimate, you can actually have this same point. Remember our previous point and our previous lesson about initiating with your ultimates. Keep an eye on that too. Think about it's just resource. Yeah, if my team is doing something in the kill zone, the enemy is active in the kill zone, use resources. It's fine. Initiate with ultimates. Even though it feels like, okay, we are 4, they are 5, okay, it might seem like maybe not a good idea sometimes and you wait for another member, but for now, rather don't wait, just always try to contribute to where most of your team is fighting, because in that area where most of your team is fighting, you're most likely to win the fight, so that's what matters, if you throw resources in there. Later we're gonna talk about more advanced ideas, yeah, we can focus on those more. It definitely matters just how many people they have, how many ultimates they have as well in the long term. But for now, we just keep in mind that initiating is more important, so you don't hold your ultimate too long. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, initiate in the kill zone. I think that's how I would put it. All right. Yeah, and I think to summarize what we mentioned before, your angles. So, yeah, I think you tell me, how do you understand all those ideas so far? What do you need to keep an eye on? What's your position?
So firstly, I need to have like good angle. Firstly, I need to have like offensive angle on the enemy team, and then also I can stop the stream. Uh,
Hmm? Okay.
um,
Everything's fine, yeah.
um, yeah, so focus on getting an offensive angle, having the sharp angles. If the enemies are going to the left, you can take an angle to the right, making sure that you can shoot the enemies, and of course also healing teammates. And also that because I think that there are situations like the one where I tried to help the Genji, where if I took the more like offensive angle, I would have diverted some attention, which could have gotten me a kill. He probably still would have survived because they're shooting at me instead. So that's probably better. And yeah, I guess also use the ultimates to initiate, like with Mercy, and I guess don't like waste cooldowns. Use the sleep defensively and find good times when like the tank is being active to throw the nade.
Mhm. Here's the thing. It's okay to be proactive. Just make sure you either forcing these actions on your character. Yeah, maybe the enemy is going towards you, like that was the case. More has been chasing you, remember, on that King's, or maybe there's a Tracer. It's okay to use your cooldowns in there. It's just obviously some mechanical things as well, but mostly because you force a lot of attention on you and then you start punishing the enemy with your cooldowns. That's great. It's more proactive way than with your nade as well. It's just do that at the right time. Yeah, make sure you contribute to those areas where your team can help you out. You can actually think about using your cooldowns earlier too, like before the fight, when the fight breaks in early, like throwing the nade in their spawn doors. It's okay a lot of times, but it's not the main focus for now. You can do that, but just make sure you have your cooldowns back when the actual fight is gonna be, when most of your team can attack. I think that's my main point. Trying to contribute to that kill zone area, basically, yeah. Yeah, and the kill zone again, to make sure you, yeah, you want to just make sure you contribute to the area where most of your team is fighting. That's it. That's what the kill zone is all about. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, and this idea, it can be, it's quite flexible. Yeah, because your team is constantly, they change their position, they change where they fight. So try to anticipate, try to notice where they're fighting. For now, I would keep an eye on your tank, especially. They, generally speaking, they lead the fight. They tell you over their body language where the fight is gonna be, so it helps you out a lot. Okay, and yeah, this things you mentioned, seeing an enemy, yeah, opening up the angle on them, and then seeing your team later, yeah, but the enemy is the first priority. It allows you to set up the pressure on the map. It's also just, but with the nature of the game, you can never out heal the incoming damage. That's why it's more important to focus on offensive pressure first, see how you can apply pressure with your character rather than healing right away. Okay. Other than that, I think it's all good. Yeah, mechanically, it will take some time to improve, but I think this at this time we're doing pretty decent. It's all good. And later, what we can pay attention to. One moment, gonna open up the document. Let's see.